Welcome to round 2 of the region's first online TV game show that tests our competitors' and audiences' knowledge of COVID-19 and immunization. This innovative educational program is brought to you by the Caribbean Public Health Agency with funding from the U.S. Agency for International Development and UNICEF. I am your host, Sarala Ramlogan. Are you ready to take your best shot? Well, we're into our second preliminary round, and we have our 2 secondary schools from the southernmost state of the Caribbean, Guyana. In the yellow room, Kenzie High School. And in the magenta room, we have Brickdam Secondary. Well, from Mackenzie High, let's welcome Janae Bristol, Jemar Green Marshall, Janae Green. Well, Janae is the team lead and point person. And from Brickdam Secondary, Aquila Rodney, Mustafa Ali, and Josiah Singh. Aquila will be their team lead and the point person for Mackenzie. Now also with us today is our adjudicator, Dr. Karen Broom. She will oversee today's proceedings. Dr. Broom is an advisor for the immunization unit in the Caribbean sub-region at PAHO and WHO's office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Thank you so much, Dr. Broom, for joining us today.
Good morning, everyone, and it's my pleasure to be here.
All right, so we're going to have a great show. We say welcome to you. It's time to take your best shot. All right, so are you ready to take your best shot? Let's get right into it. This is question 1 for 1 point. It goes to Mackenzie High. Now, students, you will have 15 seconds to deliberate and then answer the question. So you ready? Here we go, question 1. How many lives are estimated to be saved worldwide every year by childhood vaccines? I'll repeat the question. How many lives are estimated to be saved worldwide every year by childhood vaccines? Is it A, 500,000, B, 1 million, or C, 4 million? Here are your options again. Is it A, 500,000, B, 1 million, or C, 4 million? Your timer starts now.
The answer is C, 4 million lives are saved.
The answer is C, 4 million. Well, yes, that is correct. Congratulations, that point is yours. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, that's correct. Every year, 4 million lives are saved worldwide by childhood vaccines. So question 2, this is for you, Brickdam Sec. How many confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the Caribbean up to the end of March 2023? I'll repeat it again. How many confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the Caribbean up to the end of March 2023? Here are your options. Is it A, between 4 million and 4.5 million? B, less than 4 million? Or C, there is no data on confirmed cases of COVID-19 reported in the Caribbean? Your options again. Is it A, 4 million to 4.5 million, B, less than 4 million, or C, there is no data on confirmed cases of COVID-19 reported in the Caribbean? And the clock is up, 15 seconds to your answer.
The answer is A, 4.5 million.
Excellent. Between 4 million and 4.5. Well done, team. Let's get right back to it, to Mackenzie High. What we want you to do now is name 4 COVID-19 variants that have been reported in the Caribbean region. You got it? Name 4 COVID-19 variants that have been reported in the Caribbean region. 15 seconds to go.
Alpha, Beta, Omicron, and Delta.
All right, that is indeed correct. Well done, team. That is correct. Dr. Broom is giving us the nod of approval. So well done. That point belongs to you. Brickdam, we come right back to you now for 4 preventative measures that individuals can employ to help avoid contracting COVID-19. Again, we want you to name 4 preventative measures that individuals can employ to help avoid contracting COVID-19. You have your 15 seconds to deliberate.
The answer is wearing a mask, constant sanitization, and quarantine, and social distancing.
All right, is that your answer? Complete answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Very correct. And both teams have been spot on this morning. Well done. And you know what? They've been answering even before the 15 seconds. They didn't even need the 15 seconds to come up with their answers. Well done. Team Kenzie, I head back to you now. Why can we be certain that COVID-19 vaccines do not cause variants of the virus? Listen carefully again. Why can we be certain that COVID-19 vaccines do not cause variants of the virus? 15 seconds on the clock. All right, time's up.
The vaccine cannot cause variants because the vaccine is made up of weakened parts of the virus, so therefore it cannot cause variants.
Dr. Broom, I invite you to chime in. Is that correct?
Yes, so you're very correct. The vaccine is made from weakened or dead parts of the virus, so therefore it cannot cause variants.
Well done, team. So our final question in this round goes to Brickdam. What is the purpose of an immune response? What is the purpose of an immune response? Is it A, to launch a defense to protect the body, B, to only defend against viruses, or C, to prevent diseases for the next 6 months? I'll repeat the options. Is it A, to launch a defense to protect the body, B, to only defend against viruses, or C, to prevent diseases for the next 6 months? Timer starts now.
Our answer is A.
You got it correct. That's 1 point awarded to you. Well done. That brings us to the end of round 1. Great job, teams. Head to head, as you can see on the scoreboard. I'm so excited to see what happens when we come back for round 2. So right about now, let's take a moment to get to know our teams just a little bit better. All right, Brickdam, you are on Freeman Street. Tell me something interesting about your school.
Our school has a winning league over the years, and our school encourages all students to work hard, respect each other.
Instilling some great morals and values. Thank you for that. Of course, they are located in the heart of Georgetown, known as the Garden City. Interesting. Maybe one day we'll be able to visit. As you all know, we are broadcasting from Trinidad, and we've heard so many interesting things about Guyana. Kenzie, you tell me now, what should I know about your school? Or maybe your town, or where the school is situated? Tell me a little more.
So our school is located in Brickdam, Guyana, and we are not only successful in academic-wise, but also in sports, and we are well-disciplined and well-rounded.
Well-disciplined, well-rounded, and I understand that your town is special and known for producing something. Is that correct?
Bauxite.
There we go. I heard it's the mining town for bauxite. Very interesting. Thank you so much. Maybe one day our team here in Trinidad will be lucky enough to come and visit. Thank you very much, teams. Now, another fun fact. Our studio competitors are in studio, yes, in Guyana, at the Guyana Learning Channel. or adjudicator, Dr. Broom, is in Barbados. And my team and I, well, we are here in studio in Trinidad and Tobago. And with you, of course, our audience looking on from wherever in the world. This is truly an international production. So if you didn't know, now you know. So it's time for us to get back into the competition itself. Let's go. In our preliminary rounds, which will be held in Guyana and in St. Lucia, local teams will compete to represent their countries at the regional semi-final competition and then the final round. Well, all best shot participants will receive a certificate of participation from our executive producers, USAID, UNICEF, and CARFA. We would also like to thank the Ministries of Education and Health in both Guyana and St. Lucia for their support and assistance in this very exciting and significant pilot project, one that is way more than a game show. In fact, we encourage you to join us at CARFA's YouTube channel, where you too can join in the fun and give it your best shot. So to catch you up on some of the rules of the show, each correct answer earns the responding team 1 point. Only one member from each team is designated to answer the question. Students have 15 seconds to deliberate before delivering their answer. At halftime, we reverse the answering order of the teams. So this means that the team who answered first in round 1 will now become the second team to respond in round 2. In each studio location, a representative from the Ministry of Education will be present to invigilate and ensure the teams comply with competition rules. Additionally, this series is entirely pre-recorded and edited under the strictest confidence, so students only see the competition the very same time as our audiences. Well, this also allows us to repeat some of the same questions in different episodes of the competition. So round 2, are you ready to take your best shot? Question 1, round 2, this goes to Brickdam. Brickdam, we want you to tell us what happens when our immune system's defense is successful when under attack from a pathogen. I'll repeat the question. What happens when our immune system's defense is successful when under attack from a pathogen? Is it A, mild symptoms and disease can be transmitted? B, no infection, disease transmission stops here? Or C, you are a super spreader of the disease? All right, for ease, I'll just repeat. Is it A, mild symptoms and disease can be transmitted? B, no infection, the disease transmission stops here? Or is it C, you are a super spreader of the disease? 15 seconds to deliberate.
Our answer is A.
You do get mild symptoms, but for it to be really successful, it means that we don't get ill. So the answer to that question is B.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that one was incorrect. The answer was B, no infection. As Dr. Broom told us, the disease transmission stops here. All right, so let's go to our next question. Does the COVID-19 vaccine affect a person's ability to have children? And we want you to explain. Listen carefully again. Does the COVID-19 vaccine affect a person's ability to have children? And we want you to explain. The timer is up. We'll give you your seconds to confer with your colleagues. All right, and the time is up. Are we ready with an answer? Let's hear.
It doesn't have any effect because it doesn't affect the reproductive organs.
Dr. Broom?
She is very correct. There is no evidence that COVID-19 vaccines cause infertility. In fact, many women and men have gone on to become parents, have gone on to have children after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine.
Thank you so much for sharing. So yes, indeed correct. Well done, Kenzie. Let's get back to Brickdam. Brickdam, your question says, Name 4 diseases that have been prevented by vaccines. Once again, we want you, Brickdam, to name 4 diseases that have been prevented by vaccines. Dr. Broom will help us out, but I'll give you your 15 seconds. Go ahead, come up with your answer.
Our answer is Ebola, smallpox, coronavirus, and polio disease.
All right, let's hear Dr. Broom. What do you think about that answer?
Definitely the smallpox and polio, but not the coronavirus or Ebola yet.
But right now, let's get to our final question before we say anything further. And this one goes to Kenzie High. So Kenzie High, tell us, what was the first vaccine developed and used in 1796? We want to know what was the first vaccine developed and used way back in 1796. Your timer is on.
The first vaccine to be developed in 1796 was smallpox by Dr. Edward Jenner.
Very confidently said, and Doctor?
Very well said and very correct.
Excellent. Well done. What a battle as we test the knowledge of COVID-19 and immunization. Well played, Brickdam. Well played, Kenzie. Congratulations to you, Kenzie. You will be advancing to the next round of competition. We say thank you to both teams and schools for giving it their best shot. Now, we'd also like to thank our adjudicator. You are fantastic, Dr. Karen Broom. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge. Thanks to our partners at the Guyana Learning Channel and Guyana's Ministries of Education and of Health. You've been watching Take Your Best Shots, brought to you by CARFA, with funding from the USAID and UNICEF. Until the next time, we'll see you right here on Take Your Best Shots.